Okay, there you go. This is Infinity Ranch. The name kind of comes from the fact that this ranch has been here for Theron is 8th generation, is that right?
Yep.
And our kids are 9th generation. And I think just the never ending, making it a place to come back to, a place that's sustaining, so it's infinite.
We won the Farm Family Environmental Excellence Award, and it kind of shows how, we work hard on the farm. We try to do the best we can, and we try to advocate for, farm and to do things correct and for the sustainability aspect of it. So it means a lot because there's a lot of work that goes into it.
It's very important to me to be an advocate of agriculture. I think in just the industry today, there's a lot of misconceptions, and so it's important to tell your story. And if you're not telling your story, somebody else is, that's probably not accurate. Definitely through my work with our own children and then with the 4-H program and 4-H youth, I try to raise up little advocates of agriculture.
You can get it back to the family farm aspect of it and see how farms are produced and how that's just most of them are a family farm just like us, husband and wife and some kids raising cattle or turkeys or broilers or any other types of animals out there.
Your food is grown by people just like us all over the country, and there's not that many of them anymore, so it's a very important job.
Ever since I was little, I've been involved in the day-to-day operations, being around broiler houses and being around the cows. Parents raised me on the farm, and that's just all I've known my entire life. I'll wake up in the morning and I'll go through the turkeys and make sure everything's going all right and there's no problems. Take a look at the cattle as well, and then I'll go to work, and then I'll come back and kind of repeat the process. Then finally get home, see the kids, relax with them. To be a sustainable farm, you have to make investments for the future. You can't be so much worried about the short term. You got to say, hey, 10 years from now, this is where I want to be. So you got to make those key investments, and we thought maybe solar was a part of it. After we had the houses for about a year, we looked at the cost of the electricity cost and thought, well, let's look into solar. And so we started looking at different vendors and got some quotes, and they gave us a production number of how many solar panels we would need in order to offset the cost for the farm.
I think in farming, a lot of times, there's a lot of things that you have to invest in. And so it's kind of looking at it to the long term. It may be that upfront cost, but it's eventually going to pay for itself. I think we just kind of felt that it was the best decision. I wasn't that nervous, and I think I always kind of look at it at a different perspective. We hope these kids come back here and run this farm someday, and just that it's sustainable and that it could help them down the road. I think that's more important and probably makes you a little less nervous.
So the solar panels, only make power when the sun's shining. If it's cloudy, they'll produce some power. It won't be as much as if it's a bright sunny day. And generally they produce the max power from around 10 a.m. to 2 to 3 p.m. You can see it, and that'll be the max power that there is. It first goes to the poultry houses, the turkey houses, and then if we're making more power than we're using, that just goes back to the grid, and we get a credit into the month, into your billing period. Those credits get deducted from the amount of kilowatt hours that you've used to lower your electric bill. The solar panels, they'll last a long time. They're warranted for basically 25 years to produce a certain amount of power. Nothing says they're going to stop working at 25 years. They'll keep making power as long as they stay in working condition, and at 25 years, they're still supposed to be rated to put out 80% of the rated capacity that there was when they were new. And if they fail during that time frame, they'll install new ones for you.
I think any people who are kind of uncertain or unsure about solar panel, I think it's that upfront cost is usually what scares them off. And so I think you have to look at it more as an investment and a long-term thing. And that kind of helps the mindset of saying, well, can we really, go take out a loan and get this or whatever you're doing. I think that's usually where people are kind of nervous and unsure about solar, particularly in farming.
As years go on, cost of electricity is going to go up. I think everybody agrees with that. They've seen if you lived in a house for 10 years, price of your electric bill's gone up. If your electric cost now is $2,000 a month, and in 10 years, that electric cost could be $4,000 a month. But your price is locked in at that $2,000 a month, and then once you get it paid for, that solar cost has gone away, and the electric cost is basically pretty well free at that point. So then that allows your farm to be more economically viable.
I definitely think it was a good decision for us, and I would definitely encourage others to look into it and see if it's a good decision for you.
We always want to make this a sustainable farm, a family farm that's here for multiple generations. We don't want it to stop at 8 or 9. You know, we'd like for it to be 15, 16, keep it going.
We was talking about a tree that we have planted in the bottoms there that I didn't know it was planted, but Dad told me about it. That it was planted about the same time one of his brothers was born. And now that tree's 80 years old and it's a big tree. And I've always wanted to do that for my kids. And, time's passing by, but I like to find a good spot, put a tree out. That way, 40 years, 80 years down the road, you get to see that it's still here. Like I said, we're 8th, 9th generation. You get down to the 10th, 11th generation, that tree's 200 years old. Well, you still got that tree there in that same spot that you've had for that length amount of time.